Yeah, I remember she actually named my firstborn. No, I'm just joking. But but she would have if I would have asked her to. But
That there is Vikshan Rambus, a 24-year MDOC probation agent, speaking on his relationship with his supervisor, Trisha Dansbury, of the Flint Probation Office.
yeah, overall, I think that she's just a very kind and providing person, and probably should have been in social services instead of Department of Corrections. The way she handles some of the things that she handled that comes across our desk because this job is pretty stressful and it requires a lot of mood shifting, code shifting, and being able to handle different type of personalities and situations that you encounter just out of the blue.
In honor of Women's History Month, we connected with Supervisor Dansbury to highlight one of MDOC's strong women leaders making a difference in field operations. We asked what inspired her to join Michigan Department of Corrections.
The desire to help people. Everybody has an opportunity to impact somebody's life. And when you impact somebody's life, it can be not only changing for that person, but life changing for their family. It also impacts public safety as well. And to be able to do that and show up every day, it's incredible to have that to be your career.
Supervisor Trisha Dansbury, who joined MDOC in 2002, carries with her many years of knowledge and experience in the field. As a leader in her office, she shares with us some of that wisdom.
I think that the supervisor role is probably one of the most important roles, and it can be very challenging because of how many different directions you're pulled in. But you have the opportunity to create the office environment. And that opportunity, if you create an environment that is positive, that people want to show up and they want to work, like I've said before, it's just going to filter down to their offenders. Then the impact just continues to even be more positive with anybody that we encounter, whether it be the judicial system, the police agencies, the offenders, their family.
Are there any specific programs or initiatives or just everyday things that you do to help boost the morale of your employees now?
I think that the biggest thing is what direction the department has moved in with coaching. If you really look at the coaching model, it applies to everything in life and just who we should be, I think, as a person, but specifically as a leader in the role of staff, leading staff. And so it's taking the time to figure out what it is that people need, taking the time to show people if they need to learn how to do something or where it is, taking the time to have open communication and discussions, and just creating a space where people feel safe. They feel that they can come, they can talk to you, they can express what it is that they have going on or that they need.
We had the opportunity to speak with a few more of her direct reports. Take probation agent Amanda Schmidt, who has been with the department since 2016.
So I would say it's probably kind of a unique experience when you are a female probation agent and you're working with a supervisor who's also female. I think that it has been very empowering because females have a unique perspective. We tend to be nurturers and caring, but we also have to be very strong in this position. We can't necessarily go with our feelings and the way that we've been encouraged to do a lot of the time as kids. So it's important to be able to lean into both sides of it, to be able to encourage our offenders and at the same time be very strong and maintain super strong boundaries. I know with Trisha being my supervisor, she fully understands that. She's been able to support me as an agent to ensure that I'm doing that. And in protecting the public, it's important to have both sides of that type of supervision.
Is there a specific story or a moment that comes to mind when you think of the help that she's given you?
I would say I had an individual on my caseload that he very much struggled with mental health issues. It kind of came to a head in a time that he'd actually threatened me as his agent, and I was able to bring that to Trisha. I'm very comfortable with her. So in that position, even though it was out of the ordinary, I knew that she was going to be, very responsive to me and supportive of me. She in turn was able to take that to her supervisor, who was also female, and I had the support of both of them immediately, and lots of clear direction on how to deal with responding to that individual and still helping him with the mental health issues that he has, but at the same time keeping me safe in doing so.
My name is Christopher Horn. I am a probation agent in Genesee County, working for the Michigan Department of Corrections, and this summer I will have 20 years with the department. Trish is, like I said, she's very involved with her cases, and, with her, I would think it was trying to make a decision on a case and case staffing with her. Basically, she goes through the pros and the cons of everything, really put some thought into things. We look at the policy. She was on an EPIC team that helped develop the current violation process that we use now. I went to her with the case staffing, and it was on a violation. And, we got all the materials out and looked for the best resolution. To me, just going through it with her and seeing how involved she was and how she explained the process, it allowed me to explain the process to the judge when we had the probation violation hearing as to my decision as far as what we'd be recommending on the violation. And, just seeing how analytical that she was and, going through the whole process, to me, that's impressive.
Probation agent Chris Horn also shared the impact Supervisor Dansbury has had on his 20-year career.
Trisha has been a breath of fresh air for me. She has been my mentor. She has basically increased my interest in my job over the last year and a half that she's been my supervisor, almost 2 years actually. It's been very important for her to make relationships outside of the office, especially with the courts. Last year, she recognized the whole drug court team through the Michigan Department of Corrections, to build the team better. As far as being a female supervisor, I've only had female supervisors, but I will tell you she's probably one of the strongest supervisors I've had.
We asked Supervisor Dansbury to reflect on the women who left a lasting impact on her journey within MDOC.
Oh, yes. There's so many women, actually, that were very influential in my career. My first supervisor with the department was Kim Eisenbeis, and she had a passion as well for teaching and mentoring and having regular meetings. And so that was how my career started out. Moving over, throughout, I've had other supervisors who have just been amazing. Carolyn Wilson, Sidra Redman were definitely big mentors for me. Also in kind of talking to me and guiding me when I made the decision or started to think about promoting. When I did promote, Janella Robinson, my region manager, really invested a lot of time in me. She took time out of her busy schedule regularly to check in with me, to provide me training, to provide me insight, and I was able to learn, again, from one of the best women in the Department of Corrections. Transferring out to Flint, I now have Heather Wayne, who is amazing beyond belief. And again, just getting another opportunity to learn from somebody who just has so much to offer and who just pours into her staff and creates an environment that you want to work in, you want to do well, you want to create a space for everybody to do what they need to do when they show up, but to want to come to work and to enjoy what they do.
And obviously you do have a lot of great input. If you had to pick one bit of advice that you would want to give to new people coming into MDOC, what would it be?
The biggest thing is never forget the role and the impact that you can make. It is one of the most important things in life, and it's an absolute incredible opportunity to take and to pour into people. It can be exhausting, and we can have a lot of negative things come our way, and sometimes it can be hard to remember, but you have to hold on to those things and the reason why you came into the field.
We want to thank Supervisor Trisha Dansbury for all her hard work in serving the community of Flint, Michigan. And as Women's History Month continues, We would like everyone to recognize and celebrate the women across MDOC who make a difference every day.
Trisha is a great person. She's a fantastic supervisor. She's a mother. She's a sister. And, she's definitely an asset to the Michigan Department of Corrections.
We couldn't have said it better. From Lansing, Michigan, this was your MDOC Public Information Office.